Hey YouTube, this is Jake with the Garbroders, and today we're doing a deck profile on my expanded Accelgor Trevenant deck, also known as Carter's favorite deck. This deck is a very annoying deck, so if you want to keep having friends, I don't recommend playing it, but I love playing everything that's item lock related, so this deck is perfect for me. Without further ado, we're going to get right into this deck. We do run a couple of proxies, like mentioned earlier, because I'm still waiting to trade for a little bit of it. So you'll see them throughout this video. Start off with 4 copies of Shelmet. 3 of them are my ugly proxies. Shelmet really doesn't matter, except for to evolve into Accelgor. So I'm not even going to go over that, because it's not important. Next up we have 4 copies of Accelgor, the one from Dark Explorers. And we use it for its main attack, deck and cover. It does 50 damage for a DCE, and then the defending Pokemon is now paralyzed and poisoned next turn. And you can shuffle this card, well, you do shuffle this card and everything attached to it back into your deck, and you send up something else. And that's where the strategy of this deck comes in. Just put that over there. Next we have 2 copies of Phantom. It's just a Phantom there to evolve, so we're not going to go over that either. But if you absolutely had to, you could attach a DCE to it. And Ascension, you never want to do that. It just shows that you're very desperate. Here's Trevenant, the one you'll be using from X and Y base. This is expanded, like I said. And we just have it in here for its ability, Forest Curse. As long as this Pokemon's are active, your opponent can't play any items. So what you do with this deck is you have Accelgor in the active and Trevenant on the bench. You attack with deck and cover, leave them paralyzed and poisoned, shuffle this into your deck. And when you send up a new active, you send up Trevenant, and then they're item locked at the same time while everything else is going on. So if you can get this combo going, it's very deadly, and your opponent will not be very happy with you. Next, we have our kind of support Pokemon. We have 1 AG/EX, there for the ability Mighty Shield. If for some reason you can't set up your Accelgors and you need to stall against something that runs double colorless, or even Dark Keener and Expanded if that's a thing. I heard Plasma is good because I just am getting into Expanded. You can use this to sit in the active spot and not take any damage while you set up things on your bench, and this stabilizes things when you're kind of done. Next we have 1 Keldeo EX, so say you can't get but 1 Float Stone. If you have this on your bench, you can attach the Float Stone to this, and you can attack with Accelgor, send up Trevenant, and whenever you set up another Accelgor, just use its ability Rush In. It's the same thing as Zork. You put it in the active, and then you can retreat back into your Accelgor and keep the combo going with only 1 Float Stone in play, or if your opponent discards your Float Stones. And next we have 1 Seismitoad EX, secondary mascot, for Quaking Punch, just because it takes advantage of DCE, and you don't run a lot of energies in this deck, as you'll see later. If you have to, you can have 1 DCE that continuously sits on this in case you don't set up another Accelgor, and you can have something to guarantee your attack, and also put them in item lock. So no matter what, your opponent will not be playing items unless you dead draw lots of times, and this can't be helped. 2 Shaman EX. You need 2 in every deck. Set up when you bench it, draw until you have 6. It's so good. Every deck needs them. You can get away with 1, but if it gets a prize, you're done. So 2 is how many you need most of the time. 1 Jirachi EX. This is the final Pokemon, and it's also expensive support Pokemon. Whenever you bench it, search your deck for any supporter card and put it in your hand. So if you are dead drawing and it has 90 HP, so you can get it with Level Ball. You can play your Level Ball, find a Sycamore or whatever you need to continue your game. Okay guys, sorry for that cut. We're going to continue this deck profile. We have 3 copies of Professor Sycamore. Just discard your hand, draw 7. I have my amazing full art one I traded for. Trying to bling this deck out for the supporters, as you'll see in a minute. Very expensive though, and we know how you money, so gotta do what you can. 2 copies of N, because you want to be ahead, and if you're ahead, N doesn't do you much good, but early game, N is very good to have in your hand, especially if you don't want to discard things. so it's there to shuffle instead of discard. 2 copies of Lysander, just to Lysander out one of your big targets and then paralyze and poison them to death. 2 Lysanders, minimum 1 in every deck, but usually no more than 2. Next, we're going to move on to our 1-of supporters. We'll start off with 1 copy of Colress. This deck fills up its bench very quickly, and if your opponent has pretty much any Pokemon on their bench, you can take advantage of this. You shuffle your hand into your deck and then draw a card for each bench Pokemon in play, yours and your opponent's. So if I have 5 and my opponent has 5, I get to shuffle to 10. Can be the best draw supporter in the game. Next we have 1 AZ. Discard all cards attached to one of your Pokemon and then pick it back up and put it into your hand. It's very good for Shaman and Jirachi, mostly Shaman because you don't want to use Jirachi to get another supporter, and this is a supporter. So if you have like no cards in your hand and you have from the top deck AZ, pick up your Shaman and then bench it and get 6 cards. Next up we have a Pokemon Ranger, just in case you face that Vileplume box deck. It turns off the Jolteon EXs and the Glaceon EXs. And you're not attacking with EXs other than Seismitoad, but if you need to, it shuts off Regice. So that's a good card to have just in case. Oh, and it shuts off Seismitoad, obviously. I was thinking of standard. Seismitoad's big and expanded, so Ranger is very good to have. 1 Xerosic, just to get rid of any special energies if you're playing against Yveltal. Or you can get rid of a tool card if you happen to have this in your hand. And they only have 1 tool in play, you can get rid of that. And our last supporter is Ninja Boy, just in case you start with a Shaman or a Jirachi and you really don't want that, and you can get what you need. And also for late game, if you have a Jirachi sitting on your bench and you don't want a 90 HP 2 prize target there, you can Ninja Boy it back into your deck and get a Shelmet or a Phantom. But you can only use Ninja Boy on basic Pokemon, so be aware of that. Now we're going to move on to our item lineup. For VS Seeker, as you saw, we play a lot of supporters, so you can discard them with Battle Compressor, wink wink, and then go back in with these and just find the supporters you discarded and use them. It's kind of like a rainbow supporter and expanded. Next we have 3 Trainers Mail, just to look at the top 4 cards of your deck and find any trainers. We play lots of trainers, so this can be helpful, and we have lots of important items that you'll need to continuously set up Accelgors every single turn. Trainers Mail is a must. 3 Ultra Balls, just discard 2 cards from your hand, search your deck for any Pokemon and put it into your hand. We want lots of search, that way we can, like I said, set up Accelgors, that's our main priority. Now we have 3 Level Balls, also search, get your Accelgors, your Shelmets, your Phantoms, and your Jirachis even with this. So 3, no less than 3. I would potentially take it up to 4, just not enough space. This deck is not space friendly. 2 Battle Compressor, just to get rid of supporters, all of your 1-ofs, that way you can go back in and use VS Seeker to use them. I would not take it down to 1 VS Seeker or none, or Battle Compressor, but I would also not take it up into any more, because this deck is not, you don't want to discard everything with this deck, just enough to get it discarded. Now, this is a supporter, but I plan on changing it out, so this is why I have it in the item section. I remember that, the Sacred Ash exists. I completely forgot about it, and I was using Brock's Grit, but then I remembered Sacred Ash is a thing, so as soon as I can trade somebody for it, this is getting replaced by Sacred Ash. So I have it in the item section. Now we have Startling Megaphone, to discard all of your opponent's Pokemon tools in play. It's a very good card. I was actually playing against Connor, also from the Garbodors, with his expanded Seismitoad Garbodor deck. He had a Seismitoad in the active with a Muscle Band, and his bench was full, and every card has a tool on it, including Garbodor, which was stopping my item block. I was able to play this, and he was forced to concede because he got rid of almost every tool in his deck. Speaking of tools, we have 2 copies of Muscle Band. You don't want to do all the damage in the world with this, because the point of the deck is to keep your opponent locked. So 50 damage is good on its own, but if you really need a knockout, you can just hit for 70 and then 80 with poison. But you really are not trying to get any one hits with this deck, so it's not that important to run more than 2 muscle band. Now we have 3 float stones. These are very important because you want them on your Keldeo and your Trevenant and Seismitoad because that has 3 retreat costs and Aegislot. You want floats on everything except for Accelgor. Free retreat, you want this deck to be able to move as fluently as possible, and that's how you do it. Our last item is Scoop Up Cyclone. This is our ace spec for the deck. Like I said, if something gets stranded in the active position, or if you really need cards, pick up your Shaman, pick up whatever's in the active. Shaman for 6 or whatever you need to do. You can pick up your Jirachis and still be able to use your supporter because this is an item. It's a very good card. I don't want to use computer search because I feel like I have enough searching, and this comes in handy more often than not. So I use it every game. I like having that. Our final trainer for the deck is 3 Forest of Giant Plants. This is what makes this deck good because you can guarantee yourself another Accelgor every single turn, even if you don't have a Shelmet on your bench waiting. You can just deck and cover and then shuffle it, accelerate with your level balls and ultra balls and everything, your Shamans. Get another Accelgor, set it up right away with Forest of Giant Plants, retreat with your Keldeo or your Trevenant, and hit again and keep them in a paralyzed lock. That's what makes this deck good. And finally, our energy count, 4 double colorless. That's all you run in this deck. This deck is probably the most consistent one I've ever run, and I only need 4 energies to keep it attacking almost every single turn. I'm not going to say always, because there's always going to be those games where you are not able to and you just dead draw, but most of the time you're attacking every turn with just 4 energies in the deck. I think this is a very consistent deck, and I recommend it to anybody. Unless you value your friendships a lot, then I don't recommend playing this deck. That wraps up this deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later.